Welcome to This Explainer. Listen, if you're tuning in today, chances are you've spent years, heck, maybe even decades in your industry. You've done the hard yards, right? You've completely mastered your craft and built up this massive wealth of real-world experience. You know exactly what it takes to succeed in your field. But, how valuable is that knowledge really? Well, today, we're exploring a career path that takes all that hard-earned expertise and turns it into your absolute biggest asset. We're talking about shaping the next generation of professionals by stepping onto the path to becoming a work-based assessor right here in the UK.
So, here's a question for you. Are you ready to get paid for your experience? It sounds like a simple question, but man, it represents a massive mindset shift. Think about it. For years, you've been paid to do the physical job, to execute the tasks, to just grind it out day after day. But what if, actually, scratch that, imagine if you could transition away from doing all that heavy lifting yourself and instead get paid to help other people qualify to do it. Being a work-based assessor is exactly that. It's a role where your years on the job become your greatest asset, letting you step back from the front line while still staying deeply connected to your industry.
And the field is wide open. We're not just talking about one or two little niche areas here. Work-based assessors are in huge demand across virtually every sector in the UK right now. Construction, care, business admin, logistics, engineering, hospitality, digital. The list literally goes on and on. Every single apprentice out there needs assessing. Every vocational qualification needs someone to review the evidence, give feedback, and make a fair call. And honestly, who better to do that than someone who has actually been in the trenches? These industries desperately need an expert's eye. They need someone who knows exactly what good work actually looks like in practice, not just in some textbook. All right, moving into part one, the day-to-day reality.
So what does the job actually look like when you clock in on a Tuesday morning? Well, your day-to-day reality revolves around this core 5-step cycle. First off, you observe someone at work. You watch how they handle real tasks in real time. Then you check their evidence. This could be a portfolio of things they've built, documents they've processed, or problems they've solved. Next, you compare their performance against the required industry standard. After that, you give them constructive feedback, helping them understand what they absolutely nailed and what they still need to improve. Finally, you officially record your decision in the system. It's just a continuous, dynamic loop of observation, evaluation, and guidance.
Next up, part two. The highs and lows. Let's look at the balanced truth of the role.
Look, I am not going to sugarcoat it for you. There is administration involved. For sure, you're going to find yourself writing a lot of feedback, checking evidence with super meticulous care, and dealing with repeated paperwork. You will absolutely have to chase down overdue portfolios, arrange and rearrange reviews, and remind learners to upload that one crucial document they just keep forgetting. That's the admin reality. But look at the rewarding side. You get to help people genuinely grow in confidence. You get to use your real-world experience in a completely new, impactful way. You get to stay connected to the trade you love without having to break your back doing the exact same physical job forever. The deep emotional reward of seeing someone visibly improve and succeed just because of your guidance, that's what makes all the paperwork entirely worth it. Now, while this is a highly supportive role, you gotta remember it isn't just a cheerleading job. It's an evidence and decision-making job. And sometimes that means you have to practice some tough love. Sometimes your job is to look at a learner, kindly but firmly, and just say, not yet. You are the gatekeeper of quality for your industry. If their evidence doesn't meet the standard, it is your responsibility to tell them they aren't quite ready, and then show them exactly how to get there. And this gatekeeping role is exactly why human expertise is completely irreplaceable in today's tech landscape. We hear so much about artificial intelligence these days, but when it comes to vocational qualifications, an algorithm cannot watch a carpenter fit a joint or observe a care worker comfort a patient and truly understand the nuance of that skill. It just can't. The final judgment always belongs to the assessor, not the AI. Your human intuition, your years of lived experience, and your professional judgment. Those are the ultimate deciding factors. That's a massive responsibility, and let me tell you, it is highly respected.
Which brings us to part three. Who makes a great assessor? Let's figure out if you're a fit.
You might actually see yourself in one of these profiles right now. Are you an experienced tradesperson who still loves the industry but is frankly just tired of full-time site work in the freezing cold? Are you a care worker who wants to stay in healthcare but desperately needs a less physically demanding role to save your back? Maybe you're an office manager or a supervisor who's realized that coaching your junior staff is literally the best part of your week. Or perhaps you're an industry specialist, reaching a point in your career where your biggest motivation is passing on your legacy of knowledge. If any of this is ringing a bell, your motivations perfectly align with what makes a fantastic, empathetic, and truly effective assessor. I really, really want to hit the nail on the head with this next point. Real-world experience in the sector you want to assess is the single most important entry requirement, period. You don't need a master's degree in education. You don't need decades of academic theory. The simple fact that you have actually done the job, solved the problems, and lived the daily reality of your industry, that is your golden ticket. Your past is exactly what qualifies you for this future.
All right, part 4, how to get qualified. Let's talk about some actionable next steps. The really good news here is that the pathways to get there are super clear, widely recognized, and highly structured. The main qualification routes include the City and Guilds Level 3 Assessor qualifications, as well as the NCFE Workplace Assessor Award. These aren't some mysterious hidden pathways. They are accessible, very well-structured programs designed specifically for working professionals just like you who are making this transition. And the best part? They are open for registration right now. You could literally take the first step today.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to chew on. Are you ready to take your past and turn it into someone else's future? Are you ready to step up and shape the next generation of your industry? If the answer is yes, you can experience a voice-first, interactive taster of this career transition right now. The full course, which even comes with a completion certificate, is available inside LELAIL. All you got to do is ask LELAIL, start the Could You Become a Work-Based Assessor Taster course. Oh, and remember, you can find the full interactive voice-first course available in over 100 languages at LELAIL.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and hey, here's to your exciting new chapter.